3 things that helped me go from US Army captain to car salesperson of the month in 30 days. Number 1, first in, last out. Number 2, shake hands. Number 3, be humble. Now, before I really deep dive these tactics that I utilize to become salesperson of the month, I want to give you a little backstory. It was 2014 and I was leaving the Army. Now, I had 60, 90 days of vacation that I had to take before I was officially off the books. My next assignment was to teach military leadership at UNLV. So I moved to Las Vegas, and the contract was on and off, truthfully. It was that period of time where the government, one day they were on, the next day they were closing down. So one day the contract was good to go. The next day they said, hey, it's on pause. Finally, I said, it's okay. I'm going to go a different route. Now, in the back of my mind, I knew that I had already been through 7 rounds for the CIA. I'd already interviewed. And all I was waiting for was the letter in the mail to invite me to the farm for the 8th round. So I took a job coaching a club team up north, and I believe they were like 12-year-olds. And as I was driving there one day to go have evening practice, I drove by Lexus. And I looked over and I remember saying, maybe I'll just apply there, sell some cars while I wait for the letter in the mail. I hadn't had a real job. I played D1 soccer, and then I was in the military. So that was really my link than a real job. So I got home from soccer practice, I opened up my laptop, and I went ahead and applied. Within 15 minutes, I got a call from Luckey in their HR department and said, hey, we would love to interview you. I was like, fantastic. When's your first available? She said, well, how early do you want to come in tomorrow? I said, what's your first available time? She said, 8 a.m. I said, great, I'll be there at 8 a.m. I got there at 7:45. They advised me that I had to do 5 interviews, 4 sales manager interviews, and then 1 with the GM. I said, absolutely. So the first sales manager, he was a former Marine, and he said, listen, I know you don't have sales experience per se on paper. He said, but I like you, and I think you're going to do well. Check. My second interview with the sales manager. His name was Justin, and we are to this day very good friends. And he said, listen, you have to go through all 5 rounds, but I feel like you can do this. I know on paper you don't have sales training, but I think you can effectively communicate with our customers and serve them at the highest standard. And that's enough for me to bet on you. So I'm going to put my neck out and take a bet on you that you can sell some cars. I said, absolutely. Like, I won't let you down. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I was so grateful. And then I went home and I waited for the background to pass. It took a couple days, and finally I was released. I believe it was March 30th. It was a Saturday. So it was end of the month. And I remember walking into the Saturday morning team meeting and seeing all this cash stacked on the table and just staring at it like, what's happening? Come to find out, that was all the bonus money from the spiffs from the month. And then there was a stack, the largest stack. It was like $8,000, $8,500. It went to Tito De Leon. He was salesperson of the month. Now, I was in the military prior. I had never seen that kind of money, especially stacked on a table. But what I did know in that moment is that I wanted that. And I was going to do whatever it took to get that. The day was over, I was done training, and I headed home. And in the state of Nevada, you can only sell new cars Monday through Saturday. So Sunday was a guaranteed day off. Sunday morning, I went to go check the mailbox. The letter was there. Come back inside. I know the exact counter, the exact bar stool that I was sitting at when I opened this. And the first line said, "We regret to inform you." I didn't need to read further. But the truth is, I read that letter for an entire year, every single day. "We regret to inform you." And I remember sitting there on my bar stool, angry. What now? That was my plan. feeling sorry for myself. It was my first real loss where I didn't win on something that I really wanted. And then I got over it. I don't allow myself to sit in that pity party. I gave myself, I think, an hour. I must have read it 1,000 times. And I said, fuck that. I'm going to make them regret their decision for the rest of their life. Whatever I do, I will become the best at it. And I will prove them wrong every single day. I went to Lexus Monday morning with this fire lit inside of me. It didn't matter what I had to do. I was going to win. I was going to win Salesperson of the Month. Truth be told, I just had a booklet on the cars. I had a Lexus previously. My senior year in college, I bought an ISF. I loved the car. It went 400 horsepower. It was this little 4-door sports car. And I sold stocks in order to get that. So my senior year in college, I actually traded stocks in order to make that happen. And so I was familiar with the brand and the quality and the attention to detail. I mean, I loved my ISF. But now I was on a mission to sell the most cars. Now, how did I do that? And we go back to the principles I shared with you in the beginning. First in, last out. Every single morning, I was the first sales rep in the office. So sales opened at 9 a.m. Service department opened at 7 though. So every single morning, 6:45, I was at the dealership saying hi to everyone, meeting all the service techs. Hey, if I can help you in any way, let me know. Happy to support. Meeting all the clients. Maybe they were there for a car wash, an oil change, or any other type of maintenance. Hey, could I get you a coffee? How about a water? We have new bagels that just arrived. Tell me a little bit more about your vehicle. How long have you had your Lexus? What model do you have? How about your family? Where are you in town from? Do you live here only halfway through the year and then you live in Florida for the rest of it? Like, building relationships. Guys, I didn't have a pipeline to go through. I had to build it my own. So I built it every single morning. Hey, good morning. How are you? My name's Lauren Luckey. If you need anything at all, here's my personal cell. Send me a text. If you need help making that service appointment, send me a text. I'll personally take care of it for you if you can't get through. And then every single individual that walked through that door when it was my turn, hi, good morning, Lauren Luckey, Lexus of Henderson. How can I help you over here for sales or service? Bringing value to them, right? Offering service to them, helping them with anything that they needed. So first in and last out. I was always the last salesperson to leave. Even if I didn't have a client, I was studying. I was going through their teachings. I was learning more about the vehicles. I was pulling up new ones so that I could really study and learn all the intricacies of every different type of model. So first in, last out. Number 2, shake hands. A firm handshake and looking someone in the eye will get you a lot further than anything else. Always say your name. Now, when I met potential clients, always shook their hand. Hi, good morning, Lauren Luckey. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Etc. But I went a step further. Every single evening when I left, I went down to the sales manager desk and I shook every single hand. Hi, good evening. Anything else that you need from me before I head out for the evening? How can I serve you? Now, this is what this did. 1, it showed a sign of respect. But 2, it notified them that I was there. So if they had a late night deal, if there was someone walking on the lot, if they got an email about a deal, guess who they knew they could depend on? Me. They knew I was there unless I came down and shook their hand. I was dependable. I was respectful. And number 3, be humble. I can't tell you how many times I said, oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Customer. I don't know I don't know how many gallons of fuel this holds. I'm new here, but I'll go get you that answer. It's okay to say, I'm new. Let me go get you that answer. You don't have to have the right answer for everything. be humble, be gracious, but serve at the highest standard. So those are 3 things that I utilized to go from US Army captain to salesperson of the month in 30 days.